I assure you, detectives, these restraints are unnecessary.
Herman Merman, as I live and breathe. I hope you don't mind me saying, but we're big fans of your work. Isn't that right, Bailey?
Oh, I mean, yes, I could hardly contain my excitement.
We were thinking, maybe you could help us out, Herman.
Well, I'm always happy to assist a fan.
Maybe you could tell us what happened on the Royce Express.
You want to know about the Royce Express?
We wanted to give you the opportunity to set the record straight.
What do you say?
Anything for an adoring fan.
Atta boy. I knew we could count on you.
Can you tell us your earliest memory from that day, Herman?
Let me think. I believe it all began at my publisher's office. I just pitched my latest novel, you see. It was going down in absolute storm.
Thank you, Herman. What an interesting pitch.
And what a title! Herman Merman and the Suburban Burden.
And we just think it's so brave of you to come here and pitch us another crime novel.
Especially considering the current landscape.
Thank you! But what do you mean?
Well, there's no easy way to say this.
The data indicates a sharp decline in your particular brand of fiction.
We've also run into some problems with your branding deals.
Surely not the Herman Merman dolls! You assured me they'd be a hit!
I'm afraid so, Herman.
We can't even give these away.
Stop that! I don't like it! Well, what do you suggest we do?
Not to worry. We're already prototyping an exciting line of Dirk Chiselton products.
Stop that! I don't like it!
Ahem. This is just a prototype, of course.
Very much still in the early development phase.
So that's it then. I've been replaced?
No! Nobody said you're being replaced, Herman.
We're simply... how do we say this?
Exploring new avenues.
Yes, that's it.
I do feel you're making a big mistake here. Herman Merman and the Suburban Burden is a gold mine.
I'm afraid it's ultimately out of our hands, Herman. But if you feel strongly about this idea, we could always petition the board.
Bored?
The board.
Pitch to me, if you dare. Behold, I alone control the means of production.
Go ahead, Herman.
Just place your manuscript into the slot and we'll give the old algorithm a spin.
Determining market value. An appealing protagonist. Margins below threshold. Unsatisfactory target demographic. Manuscript denied.
Well, there you have it.
We all really enjoyed your pitch, but the board doesn't seem to agree.
If you have anything else to pitch, we'd be glad to hear it, though.
Don't quit your day job.
Wait, you want me to pitch something else?
You're a valued client, Herman. Just let us know when you're ready.
Oh, it certainly looks refreshing.
We infuse the water with a hint of lemon, you know.
Dirk Chiselton, my arch nemesis. What does he have that I haven't got?
An adoring fan base?
Critical acclaim?
Upper body strength?
They won't mind if I borrow this. I have a great deal of sympathy for the pigeon. Misunderstood, not particularly popular, considered a nuisance more than anything.
You know, a lot of our focus testing said the same thing about you, Herman.
These boxes likely contain manuscripts from my peers. It's a pile of recalled Herman Merman merchandise.
Closer to a towering stack, if you ask me.
I was thinking it's more of a monument to rejection.
Thanks for the input. The boxes seem to be filled with popcorn.
It's a great loose-fill packaging material, you know.
It's also the cheapest thing we could find.
I'll just take a handful. I see a letter opener and a mini stapler.
Hey, hands off!
That doesn't work. Here you go, my fine feathered fellow.
Get away from here, you winged rodents!
This looks very familiar. This looks... I'll just grab a cup of water. If I can't win playing by their rules, it's time to mix things up.
Foreign object detected in script input device. Attempting self-cleaning process. Self-cleaning process failed!
Excuse me, the board doesn't seem to be taking any more submissions.
How unusual. I've never seen the board do that before.
Herman, were you able to submit your manuscript beforehand?
Indeed, I did.
Very well. Let's see whether the underlying data supports you.
What's happening?
I think the board approves. I can't tell.
Pull the lever again.
It's no use. The board is completely fried.
That's not possible.
But without the board, we'd have to...
You couldn't possibly mean...
I'm afraid so. We're going to have to go with our gut on this one.
No! There must be some other way.
How can we possibly decide without empirical data?
Let us deliberate. What do you need, Herman?
Can you approve the suburban burden now?
Sorry, Herman, but we still believe the board knew best.
The board is clearly malfunctioning. It must have made a mistake.
Nah, it'd be irresponsible to go against that decision because of a minor technical hiccup.
What happened to the board?
I'm not sure. Something seems to have gummed up the works. You didn't put any liquid in there, did you, Herman?
Of course not! It looks like I'll be pitching directly for the time being.
It would seem so. It's been a while since we had to evaluate something ourselves.
Just place your manuscript in the in tray and let us know when you're ready.
What are you looking for in a pitch?
Ah, trying to play to your audience, are we?
Something like that.
Well, I've always been partial to an action thriller myself. Dirk's very good at that stuff, you know?
Indeed.
Oh, yes, he's always going toe-to-toe with danger. I'm practically on the edge of my seat just thinking about it. Just try your best. We aren't exactly expecting a Chiselton thriller from you.
I'll take that into consideration. I think that will be all for now.
Take care, Herman.
What's on your mind, Mr. Merman?
So, have you read anything good lately?
We don't have time to read, Herman.
We prefer to leave it to the professionals.
You have any ideas on what to pitch?
Well, we're open to anything and everything, as long as it fits within the extremely narrow scope of time, budget, and each of our individual needs and desires, naturally.
Tell me, what are you personally looking for in a pitch?
It's been a little while since I've had to approve anything myself. But I know audiences today want real characters that aren't afraid of showing a little emotion. Realistic characters with emotions and feelings. You know, a little tenderness wouldn't go amiss.
I should probably get back to formulating my pitch.
Step to it, Mr. Merman.
How can I help, Hermie?
It looks like the board isn't so reliable after all.
There's always bound to be teething issues whenever new technology is adopted. I'm sure the board will be up and running in no time at all.
I suppose you'll have to use your powers of decision-making in the meantime?
Let's not get too hasty. It might not come to that.
Tell me, what would you be looking for in a pitch?
That's a pretty big question. I'm not sure I can make that kind of decision. It's the others you'll have to convince. They're much less receptive to the old Herman charm. Between you and me, I heard a manuscript from Dirk Chiselton landed in our inbox this very morning.
It did?
That's right. So unless you have Dirk Chiselton beat, just consider this whole thing a polite formality.
I think that will be all for now.
Take care, Herman.
I'm assuming this doubles as the out tray. There's a rejected manuscript in here already. Waste not, want not. What do we have here? It's where all the incoming mail eventually ends up. Oh, it's weighty. Could be 70,000 words by my estimate. It's the romance novel I retrieved from the bin. Perhaps I should have left it there. It's the manuscript to my latest masterpiece, Herman Merman and the Suburban Burden. I refuse to grant Dirk the satisfaction of having this approved. It's the romance novel. Perhaps I should have... Sorry, Dirk. I need it more than you do. It's the cover page I tore from Dirk Chiselton's manuscript. It's a very thick manuscript. Ah, typical overachiever. Nope. There, that should do it. Allow me to pitch my latest manuscript. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
We'll be the judge of that. Now, this is more like it, Herman.
He's rough and daring, but he has a soft, caring side. Well done, Herman. This may even compare to Chiselton's best work, no doubt about it.
Now that's what I'm talking about. A classic silly Herman adventure. The narrative is a little pedestrian at first, but then it really digs its hooks in.
Are you sure we can't check with the board, just in case?
I think those were noises of approval. I really can't tell.
All right, we've got something here. Let's make it happen, Herman.
What do you need from us, Herman?
I was wondering if I could get paid in advance.
You didn't tell me he was funny.
One moment, Herman. Yes? It's for you, Herman. Were you expecting a call?
I don't believe so. Yes. Oh, indeed. Of course. Thank you for the opportunity, Lady Unterwald.
Herman?
Ladies and gentlemen, it appears I have a train to catch. But you shall have your story.
Herman Merman, we meet at last. Welcome aboard the Royce Express.
Lady Unterwald, what is the meaning of this?
Please accept my apologies for the unusual manner of your arrival. As I'm sure you can understand, a certain amount of discretion was required.
Indeed?
Forgive me. You must be wondering what it is you're doing here aboard my train.
I assumed you required the services of a world-famous detective.
Oh, my goodness, no! A world-famous detective running amok on my train. Everyone would be losing their minds before supper. I hear you're writing your next novel. I felt you could adequately mask your activities as a working novelist. To the average passenger, you'd simply be researching your next story. Do you think you could do that, Herman? Keep a low profile, not cause a scene?
Well,
Well, I could always call Dirk Chiselton. It wouldn't be as clean, but...
I'll do it! Herman Merman never backs away from a case.
Lady Unterwald,
Away! Back into the case with you!
Lady Underwald, please, forgive me if I am intruding.
Not at all, Mr. Lou. What a pleasure it is to see you again.
Please, I must insist you call me Jean. Here, I brought you something.
Oh, another bouquet. You certainly know how to flatter an old gal.
Oh, not quite. It's a chili plant, a particularly fiery variety. It reminded me of you, my lady.
Oh, my goodness, John, you turned me bright red. But I know you didn't come all this way just to flatter me.
Indeed. I was wondering if you'd given any more thought to my proposal. If you're considering selling your legacy, I want you to know that it'll be in good hands.
Look, John,
You need more time to consider, of course. There are still a few more hours before the speech. I'll leave you to weigh your options.
You're most kind. Thank you, Jean. All right, you can come out. This is why you're here, Herman. I need you to keep an eye on Mr. Lou for me.
You think Mr. Lou has an ulterior motive?
At the very least, I suspect he doesn't have my full interests at heart. And there's also the question of my family, who will undoubtedly be sticking their noses into my business. I've got them sufficiently shaking in their boots ahead of my speech. But keep an eye out for any trouble, will you?
I'll certainly do my best, Lady Unterwald.
I've secured a suite for you on board, room 304. Just let me know if you find anything untoward.
Of course! Herman Merman won't let you down.
Get to it then, Detective.
It was a gift from Mr. Liu.
Well, he can take it back. You think I have the constitution at my age to be playing with fire?
I'll just take a handful.